Under both Australian and Queensland law, a person who obtains a job using a faked qualification has committed two offences: using deception and forgery to obtain a financial advantage. Both carry a penalty of 7 years in jail. This is not just a foreign student breaching their student visa conditions. This is serious criminal behaviour. Minister, have you brought in so many foreign students and so many new arrivals that you have lost the ability to police clear-cut federal law?
Minister Wong.
President, I'd ask for you to consider whether that question is in order, given that it appears to go to a question about criminal provisions or offences under state legislation that clearly can't be in the portfolio responsibilities the Minister representing.
Thank you, Senator Wong.
Australia has moved India to the highest risk category, Assessment Level 3, for student visas, introducing stricter documentation and closer scrutiny for applicants. The assessment framework ranges from AL1, the lowest risk, to AL3, the highest, and India has now been shifted from AL2 to AL3. This comes despite India being one of Australia's largest sources of international students, with nearly 1.4 lakh enrolled from India out of the country's total 6.5 lakh international student population. The move is expected to impact Indian students seeking to study in Australia.
Thank you, President. My question is to Minister Watt, representing the Minister for Immigration. In July, the Australian Skills Quality Authority issued notices cancelling the qualifications of more than 4,200 foreign students, largely studying aged care and early childhood, after education provider SPES Education Proprietary Limited was deregistered for running a cash for diplomas operation scheme. In 2024, 23,000 foreign students were caught purchasing their qualification, which is a breach of Condition 8202, applying to all Class 500 student visa holders. In short, Minister Watt, these foreign students are in breach of their visa. Minister, will you cancel the visas of these 23,000 students and any others who cheated when purchasing their qualification?
In addition to India, several South Asian countries including Nepal, Bangladesh and Bhutan have also been moved to the AL3 category. Pakistan continues to remain in the highest risk tier. According to Australia Today, Julian Hill, Minister for International Education, said Australia has become the least worst country of choice among the big four destinations for international students, the others being the United States, the United Kingdom and Canada. Students applying for Australian visas under the Assessment Level 3 category will now be required to submit more extensive proof of finances, English language proficiency, and genuine temporary entrant intent, along with additional supporting documents, according to reports. The move is aimed at tightening scrutiny of applications from countries classified as higher risk. Former Deputy Secretary of Australia's Department of Immigration, Abul Rizvi, said higher risk levels trigger deeper verification of documents. He noted that officials may contact educational institutions to verify transcripts and even approach banks to confirm financial statements, adding that the recent large-scale fake degree bust in India could be one of the factors behind the reclassification.
Thank you, Senator Roberts. Minister Watt.
Thank you, President, and thank you, Senator Roberts. While I understand that you prefer to ask these types of questions through the frame of migration, actually the matters that you're asking about probably more fit within the responsibilities of the Minister for Skills and Training, Minister Giles, but I do represent him here, and so I can still answer that question. We're very proud of the fact that we've reformed the compliance measures around international education to weed out the shonks who've been running international education operations and proliferated under the former coalition government. The international training system that was left behind by the Morrison government was not just a joke, it was crooked. And we had shonks and crooks unfortunately, running these sorts of operations, exploiting international students who were here, taking money off them and providing them with dodgy qualifications that weren't fit for the kind of work that they then went on to do. So we are proud of those reforms, and as you say, Senator Roberts, it has resulted in thousands of qualifications being cancelled, as they should have been, because in some cases people were being awarded qualifications without doing any training or any study whatsoever. It was basically pay for a qualification and you got it. That's not how the system should work. It's how the system worked under the former coalition government, but it's not how the system works under this Labor government. So we make no apology for taking back the qualifications of people, students, so-called students, who have obtained qualifications through those means, and we make absolutely no apology for going after the shonks who were running those kind of organisations. They have no place in our system. They actually tarnish Australia's reputation as a provider of international education, and we'll continue to go after them.
The move follows a major fake certificate racket uncovered by Kerala police, which allegedly supplied fraudulent educational documents to over 10 lakh individuals, many of which were reportedly used for admissions to international universities. Australian Senator Malcolm Roberts accused Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's government of failing to act decisively against the fraud. In a post on X dated January 6, Roberts claimed that Indian police seized around 1 lakh forged certificates from 22 universities, with over 10 lakh documents potentially used for overseas jobs and education.
Under both Australian and Queensland law, a person who obtains a job using a faked qualification has committed 2 offences: using deception and forgery to obtain a financial advantage. Both carry a penalty of 7 years in jail. This is not just a foreign student breaching their student visa conditions. This is serious criminal behaviour. Minister, have you brought in so many foreign students and so many new arrivals that you have lost the ability to police clear-cut federal law?
Minister Wong.
President, I'd ask for you to consider whether that question is in order, given that it appears to go to a question about criminal provisions or offences under state legislation that clearly can't be in the portfolio responsibilities the minister representing.
Thank you, Senator Wong.
Roberts further alleged that 23,000 foreign students in Australia were found holding purchased degrees, many employed in sectors such as aged care and early childhood education. However, it remains unclear whether Australia's tighter visa rules are a temporary measure or indicate a long-term shift in the international student market.